Hello everyone, I am Relentlessly Zero. We are back again talking about how EvS is going to now double down on 3D assets because of course he has to now say that 3D assets are great for the indie comics industry because now someone on his side of the aisle in the indie comic space is now using them and he has to defend that because someone he likes is using said 3D assets. But back when it was Eric using supposed 3D assets and he was just using them for references, not actually copy and paste like we seen in yesterday's video and live stream. But now, again, you have to double down on it. Because if you don't double down on it, it makes you look bad because it makes you look like a hypocrite. We're going to show how you used to talk about how it was all bad to use 3D assets back in the day, but now all of a sudden you want to double down and say it's a good thing. So let's start, of course, with the latest product, or one of the latest products from the Rippaverse, the calendar, which is actually going to be shipping out soon. Surprise, surprise, you'll get a calendar for 2025 that actually ships in 2024, so you'll have it before the year starts. It's going to have art from all these different great artists, as well as, I believe, a exclusive poster that comes out of here. So you can get in on that. Personally, not my thing, as I don't buy everything. Shocking, I know I don't buy everything from the Rippaverse. Oh man, it's so terrible. But we also have Bloodruth #1 pre-order collection with over 10,000 total books sold. Yet another thing that Ethan said would never happen. 550k total sales. So he's over that mark as well. If you've been watching my channel, you'll know that Ethan actually did indeed say that Bloodruth would not even touch 10,000 books sold, but here we are with 39 more days to go. They also have the Art of Will Conrad, which also comes with collectible limited prints with treated foil covers. So get it on that for just 15 bucks. Now, moving on over to X4 here, who brought up the screenshot of what Ethan Mascara said, because of course he is indeed blocked by said on Twitter. He says, some Paleolithic era looking Coomer is out there saying I love 3D assets now that my good pal Camel Castoff, which is Camelot 331, has a comic book in which his artist is using them. We don't really know what individual he's talking about because, of course, if he is in fact talking about me, he's trying very hard not to give me any sort of relevance, even though I live rent-free in your head because you're always thinking and talking about and drawing me, because it's a very weird homoerotic thing you seem to have where you want to call people. Meanwhile, you're spending more time crying about the black men in indie comics than actually spending time with your Parkinson's little wife. And I've said this plenty of times that you need to be spending more time with them rather than having such brain rot thinking about other men in weird ways that you do, including Eric July. I'm not even thrilled with people drawing digitally. This is the same guy who uses stock photos in Cyberfrog 2, but let's not talk about this bullcrap now. I draw on paper with pencils and pens, yes, but you also use stock photos for backgrounds on Cyberfrog 2. That's been proven as well. 3D assets are absolutely cheating. No, 3D assets are a shortcut. But again, this isn't about that. This is about you showing the hypocrisy where someone on your side, quote unquote, is using them and it's all good now. To me, fine. That's my way of living. Draw from life, memory, photo reference, and interpret these things as your own. That is art. You know, photo references, the thing that Cliff Richards does, because apparently nobody could ever show what Cliff Richards' actual artistic process is, but then when they want to sit here and claim that he's just doing exactly what Camelot's doing with his book. However, if you Zoomers out there must use them, fine. Draw from them, use them as reference. Well, now, again, using references is okay now because you got called out on you not liking 3D assets, but now you like 3D assets. Trace them if you absolutely must, something you've actually admitted to doing, tracing. You've traced Giant Stadium in a Green Lantern book. I don't know if people might have forgotten or have goldfish memory, but the clowns that follow this clown specifically must have forgot that he said he traced Giant Stadium and admitted to it on a live stream. The only thing I personally reject is publishing the effing asset itself on your page and calling it your work. This is what happened with ISOM. It literally never happened because you can never prove that it actually happened because, like I said, no one could actually show Cliff Richards' actual artistic process, and you can tell that he actually drew the art that they claim is 3D assets. I don't expect anyone else to live the drawing life like I do. You spend more time drawing other things that are not your comics. I'm pleasantly surprised to meet someone who has ink under their fingernails these days, but for real, learn to draw before you do comics. So you should take your own advice and learn how to draw backgrounds instead of tracing them like Giant Stadium or taking stock photos for your Cyberfrog 2 book and selling it as slop to people that buy your stuff. Because you want to sit here and sell a premium product, yet you're using stock photos for your backgrounds in Cyberfrog 2. But That's beside the point. As you can see, this is basically a copy paste right there. Let's move on. It's different now. Here's EvS laughing at 3D assets. He also claims he has called out his peers using 3D assets. This is a lie. Others in CG use them, and Ethan has never called them out. John Malin has claimed using light boxing, which would be actual cheating. Tracing is actually cheating, but that's beside the point. He even calls for his fans to make memes. He admits to tracing.
And in the background of look, here's the factory. It's all there. It's, oh my god, dude. More 3D assets. Eric July.
Yeah, more 3D assets, exactly.
Selling a t-shirt right now celebrating this. You know, more 3D.
No, he's making fun of idiots like you. That's why he sold a shirt called 3D Assets. Because he's literally making fun of you clowns, just like how he made the What's Your Favorite Part shirt, and clowns like Vito thought that people that wear that shirt should get beat up in the streets, and I'd call them out for being a huge... But let's continue.
3D assets. You know, I don't know, guys. Rippaverse Goalpost, what do you think? Are you into this? My 3D assets? You have a defense for this? Yeah, there are no changes. I mean, the backgrounds are just completely, you know. And even this right here, which I initially liked. When I first saw this, I was impressed. I didn't realize this was a... Eric said this is, we made this up. Oh, this isn't, you know, I'm the one who pointed this out. I said, this is all like, you know, you guys, it's all SketchUp. See SketchUp there? I know these tricks.
I'm pretty sure you got this from Mr. Masterson.
Because I'm a comic book artist, and I've called out some of my peers for doing this. I never, just to be clear, I'm not calling out everybody. I'm not saying using these tools sometimes is wrong. Just to be clear, I have never used these, ever. In any of my comic books, you will never find any 3D assets. Any 3D assets.
You literally use stock photos in Cyberfrog 2. This has already been confirmed.
Been a couple of times, I think, way in the past, where I've like, I need a specific location, and so I'll find a photograph and blow it up and maybe lightbox it real quick and then render.
That's called tracing. That's literally called tracing, my guy. It's worse, actually.
You're at lightbox. It means take a nice photocopy of an image, lay it under the paper, put light under it, and then use a blue pencil to trace it. Then you render it from there. That's about as SketchUp-y as I've ever gotten in my career. This is not that. This is actually stealing, not stealing, borrowing these already drawn assets. And
that would mean you would be borrowing the thing that you traced. Because you traced Giant Stadium in a Green Lantern book. Back when you worked for DC. So even back then, you were admittedly cheating, because that's literally what tracing is.
You don't need talent when you have 3D assets. Lathan Devers, and I want everybody to start. I want everybody to start making memes of themselves. Can you take a picture of yourself lying down on this couch like Isom is, and post this to Twitter, like this? This would be good. You've got the stock asset now. You know where it is. You've got the image. Now, can you take a picture of yourself lying on this couch and posting it to Twitter? Why wouldn't you do that? It just seems like a good time. I like that. This is the funniest part, dude. And the thing about it is that, like, if you're just looking at this, you go, wow. You know, like, if you were to think that he actually drew this himself, you'd be like, wow, man, this is a good background here.
Again, not really presenting the artistic process of Cliff Richard, so you really don't know. But we also had Katie did, who says the art looks good in Camelot's book.
More people?
80 people. Yes, back this book. It does. No, it looks good. Like, the art looks good.
I backed the book.
You backed it?
I backed.
3D asset, literally right there.
Yeah.
But this is the same person who disables likes on their channel because they're too much of a coward to take any real criticism, and all her clips are absolute dog water. But you were so lazy to even add a description to your video. because you know this is lazy. This is lazy content creation. Clipping people and just putting it on your channel. That's the laziest form of content creation there is. There are other people like B.A. Turner, and Shane Davis, you know, ripping his own comic that he paid $100 for because, you know, obviously just to send a message to Eric that, cool, you gave Eric money and then you ripped up the product. What a solid thing for you to do, Shane. But you guys get my point. It is only good for CG when they do it. The whole rules for thee, but not for me, exposed once again. Thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, and returning viewers. If you do like this video, hit that like button. Comment below if you feel about this. Subscribe for more content. Hit the bell for notifications. Set the bell to all. That way you'll get a notification anytime I post a new video. Go live on this channel, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.